Good morning, good morning, good morning. When you're joining me, say a quick hi in the comments, or if you're catching up on the replay, let me know that you're here. It's good to see some familiar names, especially because our challenge kind of ended last week. I kind of missed everybody, to be perfectly honest. So it'll be good to see you guys. We're talking about where does the money come from in a 7-figure coaching business, because one of my kind of pet peeves, tell me if you're the same as me, is that we see like 6-figure, 10-figure, we see 5K months, 10K months, and all this being talked about, right? And I get it. People want to know. I always am interested to see what people have to say. I look at people who've got 8-figure businesses and whatever. And so these things catch my attention, but I also have a frustration with it. And I think that talking about money gives you a bit of the ick. You're like, ooh, talking about money. Most of us feel that way. Talking about money can give us a bit of the ick, but equally, we're really interested in where this flaming money comes from. Like, hang on a minute. How do you get to 7 figures? I think it gives us the ick because it doesn't make sense to us. Like, people might talk about the 6-figure and the 7 figures, but they never show us how. Where the hell does that money come from? Do you agree? Do you want to see? Just type C. If you want to see where the money comes from, let me see who my people are. Because for me, I'm a visual. So I need to see it to be able to understand it. Otherwise, I mean, I was a police officer earning 1,600 quid a month, working my backside off, 40 hours plus a week. It was difficult. You know, it is difficult, right? A 9 to 5 or a 7-7 or 11-3 or whatever the shifts I used to work. Like, it can be difficult to understand. Hold on a minute. How could I go from that to this? Like, unless, oh, you are my people, you want to see it too. Yeah. So I needed to be still need, even when I'm looking further ahead, like I need to be able to see it, to believe it. I was the same when I started my first business. It wasn't just enough for me for someone to tell me, you could do this or make this. It was like, show me people who are doing it and show me exactly how it is that they're doing it. And then I can get my head around and understand it, kind of makes sense. I'm like, oh, I get it. Now I know what I need to do. Now, if you understand a coaching business, you'll understand the possibility. But most people just think of coaching, just one thing. I'm going to be sat coaching people. And that's not actually the case with a coaching business. So I talk about a coaching business as an umbrella business. And this is great for anyone who is multi-passionate. Maybe you're somebody who already has other businesses. Maybe you already have a business where there are people involved, because anywhere there are people involved, if you can coach them, guide them, help them, support them better, and that they perform better, that's obviously going to help you too. So if you are someone who really loves to help people, you really want to help people transform, you really want to have like a purpose-filled business, something that you're doing every day that makes you feel really good, like I'm doing something that's really worthwhile, then coaching could be, a coaching umbrella business could be a business for you. But it's not that one size fits all. If you are a coach, this is what you do and this is how you build it. That's not the case at all. I've built over 2 years. It took me 2 years to get to the 7 figures. It took me 2 years to, I would say, like, master it. I'm like, oh, I get how this works now. I know what I've got to do and I can plan it out so that I've got like a really good flow and I really have like freedom in my life. But it takes you a bit of time. I remember people saying to me, Emma, you're doing too many things. Like, you need to just focus on one thing because you won't be super successful if you're doing all those other things. And I think it was when like I had my network marketing business and I had to plan a business. And I remember the phone call. I remember where I was driving at the time when this really high up person was saying this to me. And I remember thinking, just shut up, Em, just listen to the advice, you know, maybe think about what they're saying. But at the end of the day, I know me, you probably know you, like, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway, because the most important thing is being happy, right? Doing something that you get up every day. And I can honestly say, I get up every day. I've just done a mindset call my students, come off it. And I'm like, I feel so lucky. Like, I feel so lucky that that's what I do. Like, it's crazy to me that you can be that happy doing something that you really love and that gives you an incredible lifestyle as well, right? You're financially free and all those other lovely things that it comes, which is great. But we want to know where the money comes from. Like, what are those streams of income? How do I build them? What's the potential of that? Could I build it alongside my 9 to 5? Where would I start? And could I build that up so that then there's no risk involved? There's no like, oh my God, I've got to do one thing or the other, the this or that syndrome. I can either work my job or I can quit and become an entrepreneur. Like, I would never encourage anyone to do that. There is a way that you can build up a business, a coaching business, so that it is safe. There is no risk. You master it, you know how to do it, and then you make a decision. Like, if you love your 9 to 5 and you always want to do that, but it would be nice to get an extra stream in, great. But if you want to escape the 9 to 5, then you can work out how you can do that, how you can build it up. Again, it took me 2 years to master it, right, to 7 figures. But the key is here, and I think a lot of people think, oh, 7 figures, you must be charging a fortune, you must be selling high ticket offers. No. Most of my 95% of my business is actually based on low ticket offers. The highest price program that we have, which I've never launched it front facing, actually, is a 2997. I've never launched it on its own front facing. And so actually what I'm going to share with you guys is going to be how I have done that by mainly low ticket. So if that's of interest to you, you can comment 95 in the comments, or there's a link if you're on Facebook in the title where you can just grab your spot there. That's a much easier way to do it. Just grab your spot there, because it depends what page you're on, whether it'll automate. So yeah, grab that and do it a masterclass tonight. I'm sharing this all with you. I'm showing you the different streams, the numbers, the figures, the money that comes in from those different streams of income. And then I'm going to give you your own 9 to 5 escape plan. And I'm going to show you how to do it using AI. So it literally does it for you. This is going to clear any kind of fog you have on where the flipping heck does the money come from? How can someone like me do it? Where would I get started? I'm sharing it all with you tonight. So all you've got to do is grab your spot on the masterclass. This is your last chance. And I'm going to give you a little heads up. I'll open up the masterclass 15 minutes early. We're already way oversubscribed for the seats that I have available on my Zoom for tonight. So I'll just give you a heads up. You might want to jump into the waiting room 15 minutes before to make sure you grab your spot. And plus, nearly forgot about this, if you show up live tonight, I'm giving away a spa day for 2. It's the value of, I think it's 170 quid. So I'm like, buyagift.com? Yeah, buyagift.com. I'm getting it from there. But if you don't want a spa day for 2 and you just want the cash, you can just have 170 quid cash. Like, I'm easy. Easy. I'm all about making you happy. So you choose. But that's just for showing up. So come, grab your space on the webinar. I'm going to share with you behind the scenes. You can take a little peek behind the curtains of my business. I'm going to share that with you. And this has actually been really difficult for me because I'm really not very good at like the money stuff in terms of breaking it down and looking at it. So it's been really good for me to do it, to be able to share it with you. But there are a couple of things that I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I'll share that with you as well. I'll share with you the mistakes I made. I made loads. I fail all the time, but I win faster then because I fail fast. I don't stay down. I get back up. So I'll share with you the biggest mistakes that can be made and also what to do to avoid those. We're going to cover everything. And at the end, we're going to have a Q&A. You can literally ask me anything. I really don't care what you ask. Like, I'll always answer it super honestly. Okay? So grab a glass of wine or a hot chocolate or whatever your tipple is and join me tonight. Get on there at 1:45 so you can grab your spot. Click the link in the title or type 95 in the comments and you should get a DM on Instagram. If you haven't already got your spot, make sure you come and join me. I'm showing you it all tonight. Not all, I'll have my blazer on, you're fine. See you tonight, 8 p.m. Don't be late. See ya.